So I told everybody that I would do a reaction to the video footage that was put out by Case Studies on YouTube of the encounter between Gypsy and Ryan when Gypsy called the police to go retrieve some of her belongings from Ryan's place. So we're going to go ahead and roll the tape first in case you haven't seen it, and then we're going to talk about it. So roll the tape.
He's probably laying down in bed.
How you doing? Hey, you're gonna work on that with lawyers, don't you remember? Why don't you call a cop?
It's just for having I just want to get my pictures.
Okay, I'll get you the pictures.
Okay.
I don't want to run though.
Do you want to go way out here?
Well, that was nice. That's more than that.
Jay, can you grab my picture? It's kind of heavy. Like, it's okay.
That boy got it.
That's my 15-year-old. He doesn't look like he's 15, does he?
No, you don't.
Oh, you want me to give you a monkey?
Yeah, sure.
I think you just turned 15.
Oh, my.
Yeah, like you just turned 15. Yeah. You want to put it in the bag?
Yeah. Got the same. Amazon phone.
Great, one thing I like.
Yep, always did. She's gotta get it off the porch. She popped up
It's
outside the little storage
yeah,
area.
it's
That's
right
why
area.
he's taking it.
That big one.
He's probably more pissed off than I'm here. I'm not saying that. I say pigs.
It's kind of big.
I know. She's so cute.
The numbing is starting to wear off a little bit.
Well, yeah. How many
Don't
shots?
walk in.
How many shots they gave me?
They kept going back for more. So I'm
Right.
gonna numb you right here, I'm gonna numb you right there. I'm like, I can't feel my jaw.
But at least you'll have some new pretty teeth. I know you don't think that's all you get because you have a lot more. Your picture.
Are you gonna? You know I got more stuff. I forgot my phone in the car.
Yeah. I like Kendall. You need to get the rest of your car.
You gonna get my dresses and my stuff that's in my closet?
Nope, just the pictures.
No, you have no right to get this.
What's that?
You get everything else through your lawyer.
Cool.
Okay, well, now that you've seen that, you probably already have, but here's my reaction to it. My favorite part, I have two favorite parts actually. My first favorite part is Pixie immediately running away from Gypsy. You can see how much of a bond there was between mother and dog right there. Not dog mom of the year. So my next favorite part is when she says, "Do you want me to wait out here?" And then you just hear the door slam. Boom! It's just like, that would have been me. Absolutely. You know, this took place only 2 months after she left. So, you know, she left in about March of 2024 last year, and I believe this took place in about May. So, but again, it's just like they were supposed to do all this stuff through their lawyers. I don't know why they didn't. again, Ryan's just like, why'd you have to call the police, blah, blah, blah. And I've always said this, Gypsy's one of the most least independent people I've ever seen. She always has to have somebody or person or persons with her to take care of a situation, no matter what it is. It's just like, Ryan's never posed a threat to her. Why couldn't she have just gone herself, knocked on the door nicely, or maybe even contacted him in advance, like a courteous human being does, and say, hey, I want to come pick up some of my stuff, my pictures. Would that be okay? But no, she doesn't do that. She goes and her and Christy, the gruesome twosome, that's what I call him, the gruesome twosome, and decide to call the po-po, and bring him there to, I don't know, again, even the police, from what I know of most situations, is if you have belongings in there and you've been out of there for more than 30 days, which at that point she was, this is usually the case, like I said, it has to go through lawyers. It's something that's done through a civil court matter at that point. So for her to just sit there, she was lucky to get the pictures. It was nice enough on Ryan's part to hand over the pictures, and and as far as everything else, it's like, he gave a little and he held back a little, because it's like, that's what it is. It's just like, keep in mind, like, after being betrayed at the level that Ryan was, it's like, what favors does he need to do her? Nothing. Get it through your lawyers. You're the one that decided to call your family and just dip out and leave and go have a baby with another man. And now you want to come here and just have me, just hand over all your stuff that you willingly left there. It's just like, he could have kept the stuff if he wanted. He could have. If he really wanted to be a complete a-hole, he could have kept the stuff. But my reaction is, you know what? Ryan seemed pretty cordial. Gypsy was trying everything she could to still try to play with him. I think she was trying to get in the door and be like, trying to talk to him and sort of like, still keep him at bay, because I still think he has the tea on her that she doesn't want him to spill. So I think that's why she wanted to come in there and just play nice and all that. But I'm glad he just slammed the door in her face. That's exactly what I would have done. I also want to add one more thing. First of all, Christy's the one recording this. She's the one holding the camera. And she was the one having a gastrointestinal problem in the beginning of that video. And I tend to do that to people. But anyways, she's the one that recorded this. And even though they claim that this had leaked out somewhere, who would have leaked it besides the person that had it on their phone? Again, if it's coming from Gypsy or Christy and it makes it out into the world of the internet somewhere, they put it out there on purpose. So don't let them sit there and be like, we have no idea how this happened. Nobody has some ultra software that can get through all your iOS and through all your security measures and grab stuff off of your phone. At least not that I know of. But you want to know what? And if they could, I think they would have grabbed something a little more compelling than this. But I'm just saying, this came from Christy's phone. She probably leaked it. And again, I don't know how this makes her look good. But I think they're on a smear campaign against Ryan right now, and they're going to try to make this out to be like he's some mean guy. Even though he was very nice, he didn't have to give out the pictures at all. He didn't have to give up anything. He could just been like, you know what, officers, this is done through our lawyers, and she doesn't have to, she's not getting anything out of my house until our lawyers go through it. But you know what? He went and got the pictures, he compromised with that, and then she started to ask for other stuff. Can I get my dresses? Can I get this stuff out of my closet? He's like, nope, that's it. I'm like, he had his boundaries and his limits, and I'm glad he set those boundaries. You know what I mean? He grew a spine, and he's just like, no, we're going to do it the way we originally planned it. And you know what? Good on Ryan. So that's about all I have to say about that. Other than that, there's not much interaction there. The police didn't have to do that much. It's just Gypsy. And of course, she has to pour on the baby voice as much as she possibly could in this. Her baby voice is firing on all cylinders in this. And again, she thinks this is somehow going to charm her way into the door. Well, it didn't this time. It was nice to see that door slam on her for once. But what did you guys think about this encounter? Leave it in the comments. Let's talk about it.